My diet, I should also say at the beginning, this diet is to make me as strong as I possibly can. So, it's definitely not, the Mark Bell no carb diet at all. I'm just eating to be the strongest human being on the planet. So, some of the stuff you might be a little surprised by, but I have a dietitian that I work with. He shoots me over the diet. I don't ask questions. I just eat, and most of the time I get a smile at some of the stuff that I get to eat. So meal number one is kind of my choice of cereal. So I think today I'm gonna go with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I like that a lot. And then I have 8 eggs and then peanut butter. So that's what we're gonna kick off with here. So I'm gonna start getting the pan going here. It'll be like we're filming a cooking show, right? A strongman cooking show. Should be fun. So everything's still, even though I'm eating something like this is just pretty much to get in and out fast. This meal, even though it's 8 eggs and all that, it doesn't seem to really fill me up. And I get through it pretty quickly, and then I'm hungry again, which is exactly what we want. We want it in and out. So you'll see kind of every meal is gonna have protein and carbs in it through the day, and we just vary the sources. But it's really in and out. We want the engine burning, so to speak, all day long. So definitely got to try to make food taste good. I'm not even close to a chef, but normally I'll throw a little bit of seasoning on or whatever to make it easier to eat. But normally for me, it's simple, effective. That's what we're going for, is just whatever makes it a little bit easier to eat and get down. So one thing I would say with eggs that I've learned over the years is you don't want to cook them too long. You want to make sure they're still soft, because they're in a big quantity, easier to eat if they're not quite hard. You don't want them to overcook. So that's what I kind of do with my eggs, is keep them a little bit softer so it's easier to kind of eat them quickly. And when you're eating, this is lower. Sometimes we'll go up to 12 eggs at one time. So you want to make sure that you can get those down without having to work too much at all. So these are about good here. If I'm hungry, some days I'm literally just, I can't eat enough. I'm hungry. And then other days it's like, not hungry, but I have to force the food. So then if I come to that 2-hour window and I'm not hungry, then I have to just eat anyway. So this one, like I said, it seems like this gets in and out pretty quickly for me. And that's what we want. So and especially coming off of such a heavy training last night with the bigger deadlift, and anytime I do that, I typically have the day afterwards, my body's normally craving a lot of food and a lot of calories. So that's good, because then we'll fire through this. I'll get hungry in half an hour, maybe not even an hour, and then I'll go right into my next meal, which is great. Eating is for me, I've said this a lot, but it's the hardest part, because it's constant, and you don't ever stop. Like from the time I wake up, you eat, and literally until I go to bed, and then I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is eat, and then I do it all day again, so I don't ever get just chill out and be like, I'm not gonna eat, that's not an option. But training is fun. People think that training's the hard part. It's not really, because that's fun. I get to go kind of let loose and train and do what I want to do, but this is what helps me perform. So it's kind of go hand in hand, but this is you get to train for a few hours maybe during the day, but this is all day, constantly. So it's a necessary evil, so to speak. Like that's kind of what I would have about that much. Maybe I have to talk for a little bit. We're gonna kind of count the calories up here. So for the first meal, the cereal and eggs was like 1,200, 1,300 calories, give or take. So it's a good start. Obviously, I think that's probably what like figure and competitors, that type of thing, would eat in an entire day, 1,200 calories or something. Maybe if they're really restricted, but we'll be totally, obviously, way above that. So we are going to go into now. We've had about an hour since my first meal. So meal number 2 for me will be a protein shake and granola bars and peanut butter. So we'll let's do the shake here. So this one, what I'm going for is about roughly 80 grams of protein. So fill this guy up. Here, not quite. And this is a bigger shaker. This is like a 40-ounce shaker. So I don't typically like everything for me is bigger. So I found those and I was pretty happy because the smaller shakers just don't cut it. So and this is just a whey protein. So I'm gonna do this is 25. I believe it is 25. Yes, 25 grams of protein per scoop. So I'm just gonna do 3 scoops and then I'll throw a little bit extra just to try to get closer to that 80. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we'll just throw just a little bit more there. For meal number 2 here, all together, we just kind of calculated out the calories. It's not quite 1,100 right there. So I think with breakfast was, what did we say on that one? 13?
So this is your total.
Okay, so right now with 2 meals, we're just above 2,300 calories, give or take. So we're doing good with that. Off to a good start. So we are now getting ready for meal number 3 of the day. Now we'll get into some meat and pasta. So this will be my beef that I get is from a local farm. So it's all certified, organic, grass-fed, amazing is what it is. So I'll cook that, and then we'll cook some just regular angel hair pasta, and then I get to have that with a red pasta sauce. So this is a good meal. It's kind of a staple that kind of comes in and out of my diet, but I definitely do a lot of beef typically. So this beef is amazing. So it's, there's a lot of talk certainly about different beefs and why one's higher quality or better. The biggest thing I think for me is, other than the taste, and it's incredible, the grass-fed, and especially this beef that's all certified awesome, I can digest it so quickly. So way back when I used to buy beef from the grocery store, I remember I was trying to eat a huge quantity of it, and it was just like a lump in my stomach. And I could just tell when I switched to grass-fed, the huge difference was I felt better and I could digest it a lot easier, and it's healthier for your body. If you do a little bit of research on that, it's incredible, the benefits. So certainly something to look into if you're not doing that. But yeah, and the local, if you can find anything local, like here in Colorado, there's a lot of grass-fed beef that you can find from farmers, and that typically is the best. I mean, getting it from the grocery store is good as well, but the next level is to do that. So that's even better. So what we're looking at here with this meal is a little bit over 2,200 calories total for this meal, and then this, after I finish this, I'll bring my daily intake right now to just over 4,500, and this is, like I said, with my third meal. So we're on track. We're doing good. Keeping it rolling. I'm feeling still pretty hungry, which is great. So hopefully this one, I can fire this down and still feel that way here in another hour and a half, something like that. So get this started, make it happen. Okay, so we're gonna go over meal number 4, and again, I'm gonna go back to a shake. So it'll be another 80 grams of protein powder. So that's like a little bit over 3 scoops of this. Peanut butter again, and then for this shake, I'm gonna mix it instead of water. I'm gonna mix it in a 2 cups of unsweetened almond milk. So yeah, that's gonna add a little bit more calories, but not a lot to that. And then the carb source for this will be blueberries. So I'll do, and these are just frozen organic blueberries that I throw in there. So basically, just mix all together. Again, this is a nice one for me because I can get it in quick, and we'll kind of figure out here the calorie breakdown. So this, once this is done, this meal will be another 1,000 calories. I will, for this, I blend it up. Obviously, a little bit easier just to kind of throw it all together, especially with the blueberries, but it makes an awesome shake, and I'll just slam that down. So once I get done with this one, for the day after, this is the 4th meal. It's always tough to keep count sometimes, but we'll be at just over 5,500 calories total for the day after 4 meals. All right, so we are getting ready for meal number 5 here. So what this is going to be is it's going to be turkey. So I'll show you here. Grab this. So this is just an organic ground turkey that we'll have, and then so 93% lean, and then we'll do rice. This is just a regular white jasmine rice, and then broccoli. So I'll do that after, or I could probably get this going first while I cook the turkey. So get this fired up. All right, so with this meal, total calories here are just over 1,400. And for the day, then after I consume this, we'll be at roughly 7,000. So not quite at 7,000, but very close. So we still got quite a bit to go. So still, it's adding up. It's adding up for sure.
Eating meal 5 while picking up meal 6.
Yeah, that's it. You caught me. Yeah. When you love food too much. Yeah. So we are getting ready to eat meal number 6, and this is actually different than I would normally do. And the scenario that we have is tomorrow is a huge event training day for me. So I'm going to be obviously putting out a lot of effort for training, and we I work with my diet guy Nathan Payton, and I texted Nathan earlier. I've given him an update about deadlifting yesterday and what, kind of how I'm feeling, and this is what he's recommended for me to do. So typically this would be another pound of beef and potatoes and asparagus. That's what I would normally have, but this is now subbed in. So basically what we're doing here is a big pasta meal, a lot of carbs. Um, get ready for training tomorrow, and then I'll see how I respond to this. So essentially that's what's happening, and we've guesstimated kind of the calories here out to be about roughly 3,430. Um, give or take. I mean, it's kind of hard because obviously this is something I didn't cook and we got it, takeout. So that's a pretty. I feel like that's a pretty good estimate though, because I mean it's quite a few calories for one meal. So with that added to the daily total, now we'll be at 10,370. So that's what we're sitting at now. So I'll go ahead and get this down, and then I still got one more meal to do before bed. So yeah, we got to crush this real quick, and hopefully it tastes as good as it looks. So all right, so we are to my final meal of the day. This has been, as you can see, a lot of eating today, and I actually, because of the schedule, last night I had flown yesterday. I got home. We did a huge deadlift training, and I was a little backed up on food, so I didn't really finish eating till about 2 in the morning, and then we got started this morning. So we crammed kind of all of the food into about 13 hours. So we're gonna get all these calories in about 13 hours. And I got to get that done because I need to get to sleep because tomorrow we'll train earlier in the day. So this is just the way the schedule works, and it's part of the game. So this is kind of a fun meal, one of my favorites right now. So we're gonna go cheesecake, and as you can see, it's not brand new. And then we'll also hit some bioactive whey protein. So we'll do another 80 grams protein shake, and then I get to choose how much cheesecake that I want with this meal. So typically I would have 2 or 3, but as you can see, there's only 4 left, right? So I'm not going to leave one there by itself, right? So we probably should just finish that off. I feel like that's the right choice to make, especially with such a big day of training tomorrow. So this will be combined 1,650 calories, which will for the day after I consume all of this will leave us at 12,020 calories. Big day of eating, especially because I didn't get to spread it out as much as I would have liked, but I'm actually pretty happy with how I feel. I feel like I've, been fairly hungry, give or take. There's a couple meals where I didn't feel as hungry, certainly, but tonight I feel good. I feel full, and I'll feel certainly perfect after I finish all of this here in a little bit. So yeah, it's one of those things. I get to see how I respond tomorrow with training, and that's really the end goal. It's not about trying to eat a lot of food to eat a lot of food. It's how does all of this help me to perform with my training. So yeah, I think it'll be a really good big event day, and my last really heavy event training session before World's Strongest Man. So we got to kind of kick it up a notch. We got to see and feel. I have to feel how I'm going to respond to all of this to make sure that I'm ready for the contest, which I already know I am ready, but it's going to be nice when the weights feel really easy tomorrow. So that's the day of eating. It's something we haven't really shown before, and hopefully you guys, can get something out of this. So when somebody actually says to you, hey, I'm eating 10,000, or in this case, 12,000 calories in a day, you can actually see the quantity of food and how frequently you would actually need to eat to get that in one day. So pretty crazy, but this is why I say I make comments a lot about the diet is the hardest part for me. It's not the training. And this is why, because it's constant. All day long I have to eat. So part of the job, and you got to make it happen.